All right, Starfield. This is not a system seller. It's not. Like, let's start there. I've literally spent the last 24 hours or so, looking at Starfield reviews, screenshots to Marlon Gaming Nation. I've just been looking at guys, also the kind of funny gaming as well. And I would before this video, I was about to just say, okay, like how best to frame this. So, what is the purpose of Starfield? Is to be Halo. Microsoft wants Starfield to do what Halo did for the Xbox back in 2001. And what you have to realize is Bethesda are the wrong studio to do that. Starfield is my kind of a game. I will probably be getting a Series S to play Starfield because it's my kind of a game. But because it's my kind of a game, it's not something that I would recommend. Case in point, I wouldn't recommend Skyrim to people in general. I wouldn't. Because Skyrim is a niche kind of a game. Halo, you buy an Xbox for Halo. So Halo is a game that I would recommend to anybody. Whether you like FPS or not, I'm not an FPS fan. I'm not a fan of FPS. I'm not good at those games. But the game was so good and so well made, it made me appreciate FPS games. That is why it was a system seller, and Halo single-handedly gave Xbox life. Without Halo, Xbox doesn't exist. We don't have a freaking Xbox Series X or S. And the same thing as well. You get this for Zelda because Zelda Breath of the Wild is one of the best games ever made. It's one of the best games ever made. On a technical level, Zelda Breath of the Wild, Halo are technically one of the best games ever made. You can play Halo in 2023, and that game is still bloody amazing. You can play Zelda Breath of the Wild in 10, 20, 30, 40 years' time. It is still an incredible technical achievement. Those are system sellers. Bethesda, when you look at the games they've done, these are system sellers. Bro, Skyrim is not a technically good game. It has bugs, it's wonky, it's not very smooth. But in its inconsistencies is where its beauty is at. So I feel Microsoft's mistake was picking Bethesda, getting them to make a game that would pretty much effectively be the system seller. That was the wrong because Bethesda, they're the wrong company. They're not going to make a game that is going to perform at a level where it would convince people to be like, okay, I'm going to sell my PS5 for a Series X or S. I've not bought any of these next gen consoles. I'm now going to now buy a Series X or S based on Starfield. Because from what I've been seeing, because I watched a guy pretty much stream like the first 3-4 hours of the game, and I'm like, that's not it. For the masses, that it is a system seller. See, for me, I'm like, because I'm like, you know what? I'll probably get the Series S because when you now look at the kinds of things that you're doing with the game, I'm like, okay, it's my kind of a game. So all of the drawbacks, the negativities, I get it, bro. Because guys, Skyrim has had a lot of issues. Skyrim is not a perfect game. Like when you played that first Halo game, you're like, bro, this game is as smooth as silk. It is as smooth as freaking silk. It runs beautifully. Just from an engineering point of view, it's beautiful. Breath of the Wild. You may not be a fan of the story or of the voice acting, which is cheesy, but on a pure technical level of the things that you're doing and the ease and the smoothness with which you can do things, it is a ridiculous game. It is an absolutely ridiculous game. So, but for Bethesda can't make a game as smooth or as technically advanced as a Zelda, Breath of the Wild, or as a Halo 1. They can't. And Microsoft, this was supposed to be a system seller. That's what it was supposed to be. And Bethesda are not going to give you a system selling game. If let's say we rewind the time, And Skyrim was a 360 exclusive. You don't buy a 360 for Skyrim. Do you know what you buy a 360 for? Mass Effect. You see, because Mass Effect is a game where you have to experience that game, because that is one of the most Mass Effect 1 and 2, that's one of the most unique gaming experiences you will ever have. Ever have. Mass Effect 1 and 2. So that's just my issue here, because like I'm looking at this right now, and are you gonna have a whole bunch of gamers en masse buying a Series S and X based on the reviews? And guys, look at the reviews very particularly, because I actually looked at the reviews particularly. Where are all the 10s and 9s coming from? Xbox reviewers and Xbox magazines. 7 from IGN, which is shocking because, bro, I thought IGN were shills, and 7 from GameSpot. Those are like the 2 independent magazines. All the other magazines that gave it 10 or 9, those are all Xbox magazines. So look, man, now here's the thing. We're in 2020, 2023. You see, if this was back in like 03, 98, 99, like, ugh. But because we're in 2023, this game will improve. Because you can now release patches. Oh, thank you. I almost forgot. Please, I almost forgot. This may seem like a small thing, but I think it's a big thing. And I think this thing, you may say is insignificant, but this is actually, it was the biggest issue I have with looking at the reviews of this game and people playing the game. This is a space game. People say, oh, no. You promoted and you marketed yourself as a space game. You're going out to space. Guys say, oh no, it's not a space game, it's an RPG. No. This was, I watched the freaking trailer like 3,000 times. I watched the trailers, read the interviews. You were marketing this as the next frontier in investigating space. So this is a space game. Call it a space RPG. That's the best I'll give you, a space RPG. How are you not able to take off on your ship, fly out of the atmosphere, look at a planet and land on a planet? No Man's Sky. No Man's Sky, you can take off, fly through the atmosphere, go onto the planet, and go to and now fly to another planet and now fly through. Fast travel? Come on, bro. You can't do that. That's insane. You're having a laugh. That is freaking insane. So, nah, man, nah. Like that is ridiculous. And you can't say, oh, based on how much is there, bro. Most of the planets are barren. So you can't blame it on all the amount of stuff that you need to populate or load with. This is next gen gaming, and the whole point of next gen, the promise of next gen gaming was no loading screens. No loading, like zero load time, next to no loading time. So, yeah. But look, but that's being said, I'll probably get the game because I'm willing to put up with the drawbacks based on the positives that these kind of Bethesda games give you. So for me, it's fine. But for the masses, this really ain't that system seller, yo. Like that video, subscribe. I'll catch you another one.